This is your JavaScript rollover exercise using the files you generated out of Adobe Photoshop. I'm going to go up to a site and set up a new site using a folder again that I created with for the files, the HTML file and the images that we generated from Adobe Photoshop. So I'm just going to call this nav exercise. And then go to the folder that I saved those in. They happen to be on my desktop here, called sliced navbar. Click choose and save that, and that'll appear in my files folder, my files panel, and there are all the images if I open that up, and here's the HTML file. So I'll launch that now from my files panel. And there's that very nice table containing all of our sliced images that we had previously created in Photoshop. And if I select them here, you can see the unique slices for the tabs, as well as a big unique slice for the banner, and then the leftover slices that got auto-generated to fill the rest of that table with the graphics. Okay, so what we need to do here is just select each of these graphics, and through the behavior panel we assign a rollover graphic image. So I'll start with the home button, and you should assign an ID for all of these. Otherwise they appear as untitled in your behaviors panel and quite hard to manage. So I'll go in here and I'll just call this first one home. Maybe I'll do the first two. So we'll give a name for local news, and all one word, local news. And I'll just correct my spelling here. Alright, hit my enter key. And once they have an ID on them, I can assign, or I'll be able to see them better in the behaviors panel. So let's call up the behaviors panel now. And inside of there, as soon as I assign a behavior, and the one we want is swap image, I will see a list. And there is the image called home. And this is why we want to name them, otherwise they'd be all unnamed. And all I need to do is browse for the replacement image. And it's in my images folder. And it's home, so let's go. My naming convention was nav home. And I want to have nav home 2, which is the red version. Click open and click OK. And that should be complete. Let me just save that. And I'll quickly test that in the browser. There's my table with my images, and there you can see that it is responding. Now I believe I already had a link on there from a previous attempt. Let me go back to Dreamweaver here and just select it. Yes, I did have a link. I just made a link called home.html, and that's why the little hand appeared. So I'd like you to do the same for all of these 7 tabs and create the rollover behavior for all of them. So name them all, give them all an ID, and then generate the behaviors for each and every one of them. I'll do one more here. Select local news, assign the swap image behavior. There is my local news image. Browse, and let's see, nav local news 2, open. Click OK, save, and quickly test in the browser. Alright, so you see there that one doesn't have a link, and that's why the little hand doesn't show up. And there is how you can generate some JavaScript rollovers using the behaviors panel in Dreamweaver. And that is your assignment.